Hello and welcome to SURFPRO Techniques. I'm your host, Chapin Kruder, and today we'll be discussing the 3 fundamental key techniques to completing a frontside goofy-footed turn. So let's jump right into it and discuss the first key technique, which is your foot placement. 99% of people's frustration with not completing frontside turns is the fact that their back foot isn't far enough back on the surfboard to give them the kind of control they need over the surfboard to complete a frontside turn. So let's really focus in here on Rob Machado's back foot as he starts to lift and step back on the surfboard right there to make and complete this turn. This illustrates how necessary it is to get your foot as far back on that tail pad as possible because it gives you the most control over your surfboard to execute the turn you want. Now let's talk a little bit about arm movement, and we'll focus in on Rob Machado's lead arm, his right arm. Watch Rob's right arm closely and how it never ever crosses in front of his body throughout this entire turn. By keeping that right arm on the outside of his body, it creates an access point or a pivot point that the whole turn wraps around. One trick I like to tell surfers when I'm instructing them on how to do turns is to, when you're ready to make that turn, rotate that right hand out, which in turn will rotate that right shoulder, which then opens up your whole body and prepares it for the turn. I'd like to quickly comment on the left arm. If you'll notice, the left arm also drives the turn a bit with its arm movement. On an off the lip, you're going to have more swing, but for on a cutback like this, your left arm is just going to kind of subtly balance out and drive the whole body through the turn. So what we've learned thus far is that by stepping your back foot farther back on the surfboard gives you control over your surfboard. By not letting that right arm cross in front of you and rotating your hand and shoulder out creates a pivot point or an access point that the whole turn wraps around, making it easier to complete your turns. And the third technique is your head movement, and in particular, your eyes, and where you keep them focused throughout the turn. By keeping your eyes focused in the direction you want to go, you indicate to your body where you want to finish the turn. So remember, as you start your turn, keep your eyes focused in the direction you want to go, because that will signal to your body where it needs to end up. Now, I'd like to give you an example of how these 3 techniques can be applied to any turn, whether it's a cutback or an off the lip. So as you see here, as Rob Machado drops down into this bottom turn, he moves his foot back. And then as he sets up, he keeps that right arm on the outside of his body. He rotates his right hand and shoulder. Left arm starts to swing and drive the turn, and he keeps his eyes focused in the direction he wants to go. Now a little faster. Step back on the board, rotate your right hand and shoulder, swing left arm, keep your eyes focused in the direction you want to go. Step back, rotate right hand, swing left arm, eyes focused in the direction you want to go. Step back, rotate right arm, left arm swings, focus in the direction you want to go. Thank you for choosing SURFPRO Techniques. I hope this helps. If you're a regular footer and you'd like to see how regular foot surfers make frontside turns, you can check out my other video on YouTube called SURFPRO Techniques, Unlock Your Frontside Turns. I have other helpful tips on my Instagram, which is @SURFPRO Techniques. If you liked this video and thought it was helpful, you can subscribe to my channel or like, share, or comment. I also have a Facebook page, which is super helpful, @SURFPRO Techniques. Also, if you have any general inquiries or questions or videos you'd like to request made, you can contact me on my email, chapin@surfprotechniques.com. Thanks again for watching.